From Akin tossing a fan off stage to Christian Rock swinging punches live on TV, rappers fighting with fans has reached legendary levels of chaos. So buckle up, because we're diving into the wildest rapper versus fan fights of all time. Back in December 2017 at a show in Seattle, someone in the crowd threw a water bottle at Lil Pump and said something that set him off. The bottle hit him, he stopped performing and started angrily shouting at the crowd, demanding to know who did it. Caught on video, Lil Pump hurls his mic into the crowd and walks off stage. Just like that, the concert's over. Security quickly tracked down the fan who threw the bottle and removed them from the venue, but by then the damage was already done. Fans who came from miles away spending good money to see Lil Pump live were left frustrated and disappointed. Social media lit up with complaints and clips of the chaotic moment. Lil Pump, real name Gazzy Garcia, is famous for his wild energy, colorful style, and viral hits like Gucci Gang. He blew up fast, and with that fame came both hype and controversy. His shows are usually packed with rowdy energy, with fans loving the madness, but sometimes the chaos goes too far. The Seattle incident wasn't the first time. Lil Pump found himself in the middle of drama, and chances are it won't be the last. After the show, he hopped on Instagram Live to talk directly to his fans. He apologized for ending the concert early, promised to come back to Seattle, and asked fans to be more respectful moving forward for everyone's safety. The whole situation sparked bigger conversations about how both artists and fans should act at live shows. And while that fight was messy, the next one we're diving into almost felt unreal. It's June 3rd, 2007. Akin is performing live in New York when he shocks the crowd by throwing a teenager off the stage. The moment instantly goes viral, sparking a controversy that follows him for years. The incident happened at Dutchess Stadium in Fishkill, New York. While Akin was performing, someone from the crowd hurled an object at him. Frustrated, he stopped the show and demanded to know who was responsible. Security brought a 15-year-old named Anthony C. Smith onto the stage. What happened next stunned everyone. Akin hoisted the boy onto his shoulders, then tossed him straight into the crowd. The teen landed on another fan, and one woman later claimed she suffered a concussion from the impact. That moment instantly went viral. Some people argued Akin went way too far, while others felt he was just reacting to being disrespected. But the law didn't see it that way. Akin was charged with endangering the welfare of a minor in second degree harassment. At first, he pled not guilty, but later accepted a deal. He ended up paying a $350 fine and serving 65 hours of community service, which included speaking out against gang violence and working with youth programs. A Conrail named Elian Thiamis, a Senegalese-American artist who was also building a reputation for his business ventures like launching a music label and helping provide electricity to villages in Africa, but this onstage incident left a dent in his public image. Eventually, Akin apologized, admitting it was a mistake and saying he never meant to hurt anyone. Moment just got the best of him.
You tried to take my shoe? You want to be a thief? Come up! Come up!
Fast forward to July 4th, 2015 at Travis Scott's concert in Switzerland. What started off exciting quickly spiraled into controversy. Scott was performing at the open-air Frauenfeld Festival, bringing his usual high-energy vibe, jumping into the crowd and crowd surfing, but things turned ugly when someone in the audience tried to snatch one of his Yeezy sneakers while he was mid-air. Scott stopped the music immediately, furious. He climbed onto a barrier, pointed out the person, and told the crowd to go after them, shouting things like, "Get that mother asterisk asterisk." Videos even showed Scott spitting in the fans' direction. Many people were stunned at how aggressive he got with someone in his own audience. That Switzerland incident didn't make huge headlines at first, but it came back years later, especially after more dangerous moments at Travis Scott's concerts. Travis has built his brand on wild, chaotic energy. He encouraged mosh pits, crowd surfing, and even calls his fans raggers. It's part of what makes his shows legendary, but it's also what makes them dangerous. Take Lollapalooza in Chicago 2015. Just minutes into his set, Travis hyped up the crowd, yelling, "We want rage," and telling fans to climb over security barricades and rush the stage. Chaos exploded instantly. Security couldn't control it. Fans surged forward in a wave, and the music had to be stopped less than 5 minutes in. Police shut it down, and Travis was arrested for reckless conduct. Luckily, no one died, but plenty of fans walked away bruised, cut, or trampled, but that wasn't the last time. In 2017, during a show in Arkansas, Scott was arrested again after encouraging fans to break through barriers and storm the stage. This time, multiple fans were injured along with a security guard and even a police officer. Yet Travis kept performing like nothing was wrong. These weren't isolated accidents. They showed a clear pattern of risky, unsafe behavior at his shows. The Switzerland incident wasn't a one-off, it was just another example in a long list of chaotic moments where fans paid the price for Travis Scott's energy. On October 17, 2014, Migos was performing in Springfield, Massachusetts. The show was going as usual, crowd hyped, energy high, until suddenly Offset tucked his chain inside his shirt. If you know, that's a sign something's about to go down. Without warning, he jumped off the stage and punched a fan straight in the face. Why? Reports say someone in the crowd had tried grabbing Takeoff's chain earlier in the night. In rap culture, snatching a chain isn't just theft, it's straight disrespect. And Offset wasn't about to let that slide. Quavo quickly followed, throwing punches of his own before helping Offset back on stage. Then, almost unbelievably, Migos went right back to performing like nothing happened, launching straight into Hannah Montana. But this wasn't new for them. Just weeks earlier in Nashville, another fan tried the same thing, going after their chain stand. Once again, fists started flying. One thing was clear: Migos was not going to let anyone touch their jewelry without a fight. The incident sparked a heated debate online. Some fans backed Offset, saying he had the right to defend his crew and their personal property. Others felt the violence was unnecessary and could have escalated into something worse. And then came the bigger question: if security's job is to protect artists, why are rappers still handling things themselves? This isn't unique to Migos, and hip-hop. Chains are more than jewelry. They're status, respect, and a symbol of identity. Trying to snatch one is practically begging for trouble. Fast forward to June 26, 2022. Lil Durk was performing in the Netherlands when he noticed a fan disrespecting the memory of King Von, his close friend who was killed in 2020. Durk immediately stopped the music and called over his security, pointing to someone in the crowd. Moments later, security brought the fan on stage. At first, it looked like a calm conversation, but by the end, Durk shoved the fan and security quickly pushed him back to prevent any retaliation. The fan was removed before things escalated, but the message was clear: disrespect isn't tolerated. Music. Lil Durk immediately announces to the crowd that no one disrespects his friend, King Von, to which there was a loud cheer. King Von, real name Devin Bennett, was a rising rap star from Chicago and one of Lil Durk's closest friends. He was signed to Durk's label and became famous with songs like Crazy Story and Took Her to the O. The two would often work together, making hits like Still Trapping and All These New. Sadly, King Von was shot and killed in Atlanta on November 6, 2020 at just 26. His death had shocked fans around the world, and Lil Durk mourned that loss deeply, even paying tribute to him in a song called Backdoor, where he opened up about their friendship and the pain of losing him. Back in August 2014. What should have been this exciting night for fans would turn into chaos at YG's concert in Phoenix. The rapper was only 2 songs in when a fight breaks out and the show is immediately shut down. YG finally hit the stage after a long wait and the crowd was hyped. But not long into the show, things took a bad turn. He reportedly started losing his voice, and instead of stopping, he told the DJ to crank up the music, maybe to cover it up. The crowd wasn't impressed, and the energy started to shift. Out of frustration, YG allegedly began tossing water bottles into the audience, and that's when everything got messy. Fans didn't just sit back when YG started tossing bottles into the crowd. They threw things right back. What started as frustration quickly turned into a full-on fight. At one point, YG even jumped off stage and got into a physical altercation with someone in the audience. Security tried to step in, but by then it was too late. The show was already in chaos, and this wasn't an isolated incident. Just days earlier in Edmonton, Canada, nearly the same thing happened. YG lost his voice again, turned up the background music, and allegedly threw bottles at his fans. Once more, a fight broke out, and YG was accused of attacking a fan directly. That show also ended early, and the club in Edmonton even considered legal action against him after the Phoenix concert promoters grew uneasy. Talks of legal consequences started circulating, and people began questioning whether it was even safe to book YG for future shows. He never addressed the Phoenix incident publicly, but with similar problems happening in multiple cities, fans and insiders started wondering if his team was doing enough to prevent chaos, or if YG himself was making things worse. And speaking of artists making headlines for how they handle the public early in the morning, on January 29, 2024, downtown Los Angeles, Kanye West, known simply as Yua, is approached by a TMZ reporter. The incident happened outside the Soho Warehouse, a private club where celebrities often go to relax without being bothered, but for someone as famous as the piece is never easy to find. The reporter Melanie Miller asked him a deeply personal and disrespectful question that was guaranteed to set him off. Now, she's talking about Bianca Censori, Ye's wife. Since December 2022, this wasn't a harmless question about marriage, but more like an attack, and it doesn't take attacks lightly, especially when it comes to his family. Instead of walking away or just getting angry like he does, Ye turns the situation around. He starts asking her some hard questions. He clearly wants her to feel what it's like to be on the other side of the camera.
Is that your job to go up to every celebrity athlete and dump about their life? Was that a dumb, disrespectful question to come ask a grown-ass superhero?
For 3 full minutes? The questioned her, she didn't have any clever response, just looking pretty uncomfortable. This unpredictable and aggressive superhero wasn't just protecting his pride. He's demanding respect, and then just when it seems like things can't get any weirder, the surprises everyone. He offers Miller a job, and he says he's going to pay her double what TMZ pays her, and even told his security to get her phone number. Miller began to smile when she heard that offer, and just like, we have a Ye-style plot twist, but this wouldn't be the first time Ye had run-ins like this. Let's go back to 2013 and you'll find a similar story. It's around 3:00 a.m. outside the very same Soho Warehouse. Ye gets into it with a fan. According to video footage and witnesses, Ye asked that fan to leave him alone. The fan didn't listen. Ye becomes angry and allegedly hits this person. The police got involved, and once again public opinion is divided. I mean, Ye's always had a tough relationship with fans and the media. There are so many times he was arguing with paparazzi, and how many times has he ended up dealing with police? The guy just wants some privacy, man, especially when he's with his family, but being famous makes that almost impossible. One Kanye versus paparazzi of Ye's oldest outbursts happened back in July 19, 2013 at LA International Airport. This wasn't just a war of words. We had a full-blown physical confrontation leading into some serious legal trouble, public outrage, and another moment that would define Ye's long love-hate relationship with the press.
I love your work. I love your work. I appreciate it, but don't talk. I love your work, though. I know I don't want, that's fine, but don't talk.
Here's what went down that afternoon. Ye's walking through the airport, clearly not in the mood to deal with reporters or flashing cameras. A group of Rosie are waiting outside as usual. Most are keeping their distance, but one man doesn't. Daniel Ramos, a TMZ photographer, approaches Ye aggressively and just keeps filming even after Ye repeatedly told him not to talk to him or ask questions.
Yeah. What about the Throne 2 with Jay-Z? People are pumped.
No, I said no.
I don't know, Kanye's warning was pretty crystal clear, but Ramos here is pushing away, asking him why he's so hostile towards Paparazzi, and that's the final straw. Ye snapped in a moment of rage. He rushes at Ramos, tries to grab his camera, and then Ye knocks the man down and tries to wrestle the camera from him. Ramos ends up on the ground claiming he's injured, and the whole thing's caught on camera and going viral. But it doesn't stop here. Ramos files a police report claiming assault and battery. Classic. Prosecutors look into this case, and the was charged with a misdemeanor battery and attempted grand theft. He eventually avoided jail time, but accepted a plea deal in March 2014. He was given 24 months of informal probation, 250 hours of community service and anger management therapy. Ramos later filed a civil lawsuit against Ye, claiming emotional and physical damage as well that dragged on for years until it was settled in 2015 for an undisclosed amount. While Ye's fights are a spectacle, it's really nothing compared to what you're about to see.
You go ahead. What you gonna shoot me? Going out the phone for because you reaching.
If we're going to talk about crazy rappers fighting, this one takes the cake. On February 20th, 2021, Playboi Carti finds himself in a fight that quickly spreads across the internet. Now, the video starts with this man walking up to Carti, clearly angry, and asking for a fight. The man said Carti had treated his sister badly and that he was there to fight because of that. Carti staying stoic the whole time. At one point, he claps his hands, which some people think that's a way to show that he's confident, and doesn't have a weapon, even though there are rumors that he might have been armed. So the man said he saw a gun on Carti when the two first met. But Carti didn't use a gun or even make any threatening moves. He kept a gun in his pocket and tried to calm the situation by talking, and even though Carti wanted to end things peacefully, this man kept pushing him to fight like a man.
I don't need no pistol to whip a like you. Hey, you put your hands on my sister again, boy. Ain't nobody putting her on this. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
Carti tried to walk away several times, but this man blocked him and wouldn't back down. The argument turns physical in the video. Carti quickly takes control, using careful moves to beat this man. I mean, the man looked weaker and other people stepped in to stop it before it got worse.
I'm built like that, nigga. Fucking pistol with your hands up. With your hands up.
So after the fight, Carti tells his fans what happened. He explained that he had no choice but to knock this man out cause he was acting crazy. On December 4th, 2015, the gang makes headlines getting into a nasty fight at Story nightclub in Miami Beach with another rapper named Stitches. So this goes down when Stitches just wanted to get into the club but was stopped by security. He said that the game told him not to let him in. Outside the club, Stitches confronts the game, but was suddenly punched by the game's manager, Wackend. The punch knocked him down, and even though Stitches would try to fight back, others around him stopped him. Police came and briefly held both Stitches and Wackend after the fight. Now, this wasn't random. You see, Stitches made a diss track against the game, and then he got all feely about it. Stitches would even challenge the game to fight and offer money for it, but the game wouldn't get involved in this and instead let the manager handle that one. So after the fight, Stitches got arrested for some other problems like resisting police and possessing marijuana. Wackend was held for a short time but wasn't charged, and even after this, both rappers just kept working on their music, but the fight stayed a big part of their story.
It was a joke, bro. It was a joke, man. It was a joke. Get out of here, man. It was a joke, yo. It was a joke.
We go back to October 1st, 2016 PNB. Rock almost gets into a fight with a prankster in Times Square. Now, the rapper is trying to protect his daughter after a prank had scared her, and things almost got physical. Here's what happened. This prankster, known as Queen's Flip, set up a fake Uber ride with PNB Rock and his daughter, and during this ride, Mr. Flip throws this girl's stuffed toy at the car's front window, which scared her. PNB Rock immediately gets out of the car, gives his daughter to someone else, and confronts this prankster with fists up. Luckily, no one actually fought, but the tension was very high.
It's a joke, man. It's a joke, man.
It was a joke, bro. It was a joke, man. It was a joke. Get out of here, man. It was a joke, yo. It was a joke, man.
After that, PNB Rock didn't really talk Joey Badass versus Paparazzi too much about it. Back on February 12, 2016, Joey Badass turned a high-fashion evening into headline news when he punches this cameraman outside a Madison Square Garden. Now, this happened after Kanye West's Yeezy Season 3 fashion and album premiere had concluded, a momentous event bringing hip-hop and haute couture into a shared spotlight. It's a night packed with various celebrities like Jay-Z, Lamar Odom, and even supermodel Naomi Campbell gracing us with their presence. But as the crowd spilled out of the venue, so did tensions. Joey Badass Brooklyn, born known for his lyrical prowess and militant independence, found himself the unwilling star of an unscripted altercation as Joey exits the garden. A lot of paparazzi are swarming the sidewalk, their lenses hunting for celebrity gold. Among them would stand an aggressive cameraman, eager to catch a glimpse or perhaps a reaction. What he captured, however, was far more than a candid exit shot. Initial footage released by outlets appeared to show the cameraman making physical contact with Joey, shoving his head as he tries to maneuver through the crowd. In response, Joey turns and punches him. He knocked over that camera and the crowd went wild. At first glance, Joey's reaction seemed defensive, justified, and even. But as clearer and slower footage surfaces, a more complicated picture emerges in slow motion. We have Joey appearing to instigate the encounter by jabbing his finger or arm toward cameraman first. The gesture, however subtle, escalated tensions, culminating in the blow that soon spread across headlines and social media. Before it could get worse, NYPD steps in to intervene, separating the two and ensuring no further violence occurs. No arrests are made, and reports indicate that police took statements from both parties and some bystanders. Joey Badass remained composed as he walked away. Events like these have to be prime hunting grounds for the paparazzi, often blurring the line between coverage and provocation for many artists. The red carpet is a performance in itself, but for someone like Joey Badass, who often positions himself as an outsider to celebrity culture, that kind of spectacle can feel more like a trap. In Blueface's January 2023 Con Rock gets into this fight with two women while trying to reach rapper Blueface during his 26th birthday celebration in Chatsworth, California. Now, this goes down shortly after Crone publicly announces her pregnancy, attributing the child to Blueface. According to eyewitness accounts and video footage obtained by TMZ, Krishnan arrives uninvited at Blueface's residence where he was trying to host a birthday party. Reports say that she attempted to persuade Blueface to leave the party with her, leading to a confrontation on the street. Now, in this chaos, Count engages in a fight with two other women present at this scene. Despite the scuffle, though, she manages to get back on her feet, and both she and Blueface depart in separate vehicles. This incident is just part of a series of tumultuous events in Croissant and Blueface's relationship, which has been characterized by public disputes and altercations. Their interactions have frequently made headlines, raising concerns about the dynamics of their relationship. In a separate incident, Rock was also in a fight with Aladria Persuasion Griffin during the first episode of Baddies South, a reality TV series on Zeus Network. The confrontation starts off with a verbal disagreement but escalates into something physical.
You don't clean up after yourself.
Croissant Persuasion engaging in 2 rounds of fighting during that episode, but in the second round, Persuasion accuses Croissant of previously attacking her, unexpectedly leading to a heated exchange. Croissant responds by putting on her hoodie and preparing to fight. They square up. Cash charges, punches Persuasion twice. Persuasion attempts to retaliate, but her wig falls off and she trips and falls to the ground. Croc manages to land another punch before others intervene to break up the fight. As if that weren't enough, Croc would shock the public yet again when she punches her former stylist on the red carpet at the Baddies West premiere. The violent outburst added to her long history of fights, including a physical clash with her sister just months later at the Baddies West premiere in LA. Things started out pretty chill. Croissant's former stylist, El Sala Irby, came up to greet her as she tells Rock she looks beautiful and was happy to see her. The two used to work together, and that moment kind of seemed peaceful, but suddenly as Irby turned to leave, Rock lunges forward and sucker punches her. Then she pushes her to the ground. People nearby are shocked, and it's all caught on camera. Security steps in, but Rock is seen yelling and making fun of Irby after the punch. Irby later filed a lawsuit against Rock and the Zeus Network, saying that Rock's attack had caused her both physical and emotional damage. She would blame the network for not protecting her. And get this, at the time of the fight, Rock was pregnant, making this whole thing even more disturbing. But this wouldn't be the only time Rock turned violent like that. Back in August 23rd, she gets into another fight, but this time with her sister Taseki, and it happens outside a nightclub in Baltimore, A. Video shows a group of women, including Rock, attacking Taseki. The argument started after a night out and things got physical pretty fast. Rock later goes online and says that her sister was trying to provoke her. She claimed that she hit her first to protect herself. I mean, this fight, especially with a family member, made fans question Rock's behavior. Even more. Cash is no stranger to drama, though. Over the years, she's had many run-ins with the law. She's been arrested for things like assault, drug possession, you name it. Her temper is out of control. Now she only exists because of Blueface. That relationship has been filled with public fights, insults, and even rumors of physical abuse. Many people have criticized their behavior, saying that it does set a bad example for their followers, especially young fans. Cash and Rock continues to appear on TV and release music for some reason, and her actions are catching up with her. I mean, keep the fights private. It's all happening in front of a camera on red carpets, right in the public's eyeball. I mean, how much more evidence do you need?